Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast. I am considering this season 2, episode 1, basically starting off our road trip around the United States. I apologize for the audio on this video because we made it in the car and we're just trying to test out different ways to podcast while traveling, and this clearly isn't a good solution. We were trying to do them on our AirPods and it did not work. So stay tuned. Sorry about the audio. Hope you enjoy this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and like it and check it out on YouTube as well. All right, bye guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Road to Mayhem podcast. This is the first one of 2020, and we are officially on the road on our way to Joshua Tree, our first real stop.
Yeah.
So last week, if you follow along with us, we went to Horseshoe Bend in the Grand Canyon area. That was just kind of, I don't know, an adventure. But this time we got the RV with us, we're pulling it, the kids are asleep in the back seat, and we are headed to Joshua Tree. We'll get there in 3 hours-ish.
Yep, 3 hours. 197 miles to get there. So Joy, tell us what's in Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree National Park. Other than that, I'm not real sure. I know we want to go hiking. There's some good hikes that I looked up online. And right about an hour and a half to our south of there is Salvation Mountain that I want to hit up on the way back to Phoenix.
The world famous crocheting museum.
Oh yeah, world famous crocheting museum is in Joshua Tree. Yeah. So we're on our way there, and the last couple months have just kind of been chill, so that's why we really haven't been podcasting. There's nothing really to update. We did what we said we wanted to do. We came to Phoenix, and we've been here since Halloween, which is our goal, and we spent Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's with family.
Yep.
And now that's all over, and it's time for us to
Start our adventure
and head out on the open road. We do have to go back to Phoenix on Thursday. We're only going to be in Joshua Tree from Sunday, today's Sunday, to Thursday.
A windshield replacement.
We have to get our windshield replaced. We're going to get an oil change for the generator or the truck.
Both. Yeah.
And then, we got to get shots for our new puppy.
Did you schedule that?
No, I need to. But yeah, so we have some updates to do. We have to go back for a few days, and then when that's over, we will head back out. After Phoenix, and we might be heading down south to the Tucson area, but we haven't really planned that out yet. So yeah, I guess that's where we're at. Was there anything specific that we needed to talk about?
No.
Just updates?
Just updates.
I know I did want to talk about how we felt about living in the RV the last 2 months in Phoenix area.
How did we feel?
How did you feel?
It was good to be there. But I don't like Arizona. Or California. Or Joshua Tree.
Well,
So I think it feels good starting the adventure.
yeah.
Because I know February and March will be almost out of Texas, hopefully.
Yeah, making our way to New Orleans, and I'm so excited for New Orleans. I just want to get some beignets in me. I'm super excited. Also, I have a friend from Instagram who does hair in New Orleans, and I told her that I'm gonna make an appointment with her to do my hair when we get there. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Texas though, to go to Waco and
what else?
I want to go to Austin and check out all those food places that our friend Tyler just did, like a food tour of Austin, Texas for his 40th birthday. So he made me excited to go to Austin. I didn't really know what was in Austin, and then I saw him go to like 20 barbecue places, and I'm like, dang, like now I need to go to Austin.
20 barbecue places? I
don't know if it was 20, but it was a lot of places. It was like every day for like both lunch and dinner. He went to like different places. There's one place called Joe's Tacos that he said apparently is like the place to go. And anyway, so I gotta pick his brain on top places to go in Austin. But as far as living in the RV the last couple months, I feel like, I was just telling Sean this before we started this, is I've been feeling very like cooped up and stir crazy. Because I guess I've been feeling resentful of us moving into an RV just to stay parked, because I kept forgetting that we were about to go on this big adventure.
Yeah.
So I kept thinking, like, why did we sell everything just to move into an RV? Like, if we wanted to move to Arizona, we should have just moved to Arizona and bought a house down here. Like, why did we move down here into the RV to just sit in an RV? And then I kept having to remind myself, oh yeah, it's because we have this big adventure coming. Now I'm feeling hopeful and excited.
We did learn how long ago we can go on propane tanks.
I think it was a really good thing. Because, yeah, we did learn a lot about the RV. We learned how to, because we had the dry camping experience while we were at the park. We were able to really learn how much time we have, and we still need tips and tricks on how to run a full-time business on your computer without using the generator all day, because I think that's our biggest thing right now, is we need to figure out how to not use that generator all day. I feel bad about how much gas we're using just to like...
It's like $25 a day, I think.
Just to work, so you can work.
Just to keep running.
Maybe what we need to be doing is finding like computer battery packs or something that you can, so some days you don't need to do your full setup and you can just run off your laptop or something. Yeah, we should get solar panels at some point if this becomes like a serious thing, But we figured out about how to avoid using so much water. Mostly it's using, compostable paper plates.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid doing too many dishes and stuff like that. But we also need to figure out how to cook how to live in a boondocking.
These kids.
Yeah. Well, and I know when we first started this, I kept saying I wanted to do more boondocking than staying at RV parks, and I think that's still true. Like, I enjoyed the ease of an RV park and full hookups, and just being able to dump and plug in and not worry about how much water I'm using, not worry about how much electricity I'm using, not worry about if the generator's almost empty. Like, that's really easy, and it was awesome for the 2 months that we've been here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I enjoy it better having the open space around us. When we were parked on the mountainside right over Thanksgiving break.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I enjoyed that a lot more. Like, I felt like we wanted to go. It's so funny because it's only like maybe a mile away from where we were parked in the RV park.
Yeah.
But it like made us want to go on more hikes, go on more walks, go places more. Whereas, yeah, this is a cool one. But you know what I mean? Like, every time we've dry camped, we've gone on more walks. We've gone on more, like, let's go over here, let's go over there, let's walk more, let's exercise more. When we're in the RV park itself, I don't want to do anything that's like being in a neighborhood, and I just want to like stay inside all day.
Yeah.
And
and I want to be more adventurous and get out of the RV more. So
Yeah, we were at a park. We were at the RV park in Pleasant Harbor for 2 months now.
yeah,
I thought there'd be a little bit more community, I guess, involved.
I think there is. It's
But then
just
it's
that we
like-
didn't get involved.
Yeah, it's on us.
Because every time I'd be walking around, it would be like, "Hey Joan, hey Carol."
Yeah, it's
you know?
surprising. I was just telling you. I was just telling Joy. It's surprising how many people just stay in these parks.
Yeah, and just live in them.
Yeah, which makes sense. I
Yeah.
don't have 3 kids.
Well, and it makes sense for people that, you know, have smaller families or. Quick story. Duke, our dog here, had no problems with traveling on the way down here. And then while we've been down here, she got her tail caught in the door. Now she has severe anxiety about traveling. So that's fun. Now she pants the entire time. We're in the
And slobbers all
slobbers and freaks out. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Is that anxiety.
over. So if you have any tips on dog treats with CBD oil or anything, call me.
Yeah, however to calm your dog while they're in the truck. We're hoping that just the exposure of basically the fact that we're planning to travel maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks for the next year, that at some point she's just going to kind of get over it. But if there's some way to encourage it, that'd be great. But yeah, so as far as things are going on our end, where they're kind of slow going, like I said, we're just headed to Joshua Tree today, and then we have to figure out where we want to go next. But we're really excited that the adventure has officially began. And I wanted to talk about how maybe a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, we talked about doing this. And we talked about what it was, when we were going to go. And we kept saying we were going to go in 2020.
Yeah.
And now
5 days.
It's just funny to me that it is officially a 2020 trip that we are heading out
We would have kicked off 4 days ago.
on the 1st.
Yeah. If we didn't lose our cat.
Yeah.
Our
One
cat
of our-
ran away the day we were packing up. He came back.
Yeah, he
But we couldn't leave without him.
just disappeared in the RV park and was running around.
Yeah.
Lay down, Duke. And so we couldn't leave until we got him back. And we got him back that night, but at that point, Sean needed to do some work for the rest of the week, so we had to wait till the weekend to head out. But yeah, so it's the first weekend in 2020. We're heading out. We're excited. We got some goals. We're kind of traveling by like a goals kind of, I don't know, like we don't have a lot planned out specifically. We have more just like, okay, by this point in the year we should be here. So for instance, we want to, sometime in the spring we want to hit Florida. Then late June, early July we want to hit Illinois. And by the fall, maybe like in the next month after that, we want to go to Idaho to see my sister who's moving there. So we're just planning on kind of making our way around the United States and hitting these places around that time. So we don't have anything. I know people have been asking me like, how did we plan this out? And I think what works for us is kind of like having an end goal, but not having every moment planned out. Because I know I get anxiety when things don't go according to plan. So if I plan everything out and then it doesn't go right, for instance, we're getting the windshield replaced. And if I had planned out, well, you know, next weekend we need to be at this time, this place at this time, it would have stressed me out to have to change and fix everything. So it's better for us as a family, I think, to kind of have a loose goal that it's okay that we go back to Phoenix because I didn't make a set plan for that weekend anyway.
Right.
So like after we get everything fixed, next weekend, a week from today, then we'll head south to Tucson area, go to like Saguaro National Park and Tombstone and stuff for a week. And then
Tombstone has to be more exciting with Joshua Tree, right?
I mean, people always talk about Joshua Tree. It's got to be a place to hit up, you know. I keep hearing people talk about it. I have a friend on Instagram who lives she might live in Joshua Tree, which is, there's an actual city called Joshua Tree too. So she might live there, and every time I see her walking in the park, I'm like, oh man, I want to go there just to see the trees. She's very opinionated and always is posting things about how I guess people like to like sit in the trees and hang on the trees and take pictures doing that, and they're like technically endangered species, and so like they're ripping limbs off the Joshua trees by hanging on them, and so it's like they're protected, you know, plant, and so you're not supposed to do that. So she makes me a more conscious you know, traveler, explorer. It makes me like more conscious of like, okay, like when we go into parks, like stay on the trails, don't go off. Like that's such a big thing too that I didn't realize before this trip. Like people that go off the trails, they're like disrespecting the park and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm excited for the next step and thought we'd update you guys where we're going, and maybe we'll try to do another one once we're in the park on like how it goes. But we thought we'd let you know that we're on the road, we're headed there, and we're excited about what this week means. Like it's the very first like kickoff place to go, and we're pumped. So yeah. So thanks for joining us on this little mini podcast update, and we hope to hear back from you guys on any tips and tricks, and don't forget to subscribe. We got some videos coming up. We posted some videos in November, and then we kind of took a month off in December on our YouTube channel, but hopefully we'll be posting more. I think what I would like to do is post weekly vlogs of our family. So like a weekly podcast, a weekly vlog, mix it up a little bit so that you guys have some content to follow. But yep, hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we got some more content coming this week, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Stay tuned.
Okay, bye guys.